Okay everybody, Sawyer189 here. We are doing a video review for Kickass issue 1. And this is the first issue of a new run. This is like separate from the original Kickass, storyline and comic run. This one primarily features a new character wearing the, using the title of Kickass. It's a little bit different. It still kind of has the key aspects of the franchise, but it is a little bit different. As you can tell on the cover, it is a female. It is a black female. And it's pretty interesting. I enjoyed it. I didn't like it as much as some of the other books I picked up today, but it was still fine. It mostly goes over the story of this young woman that's fighting in the war. She's a soldier, and she gets in some pretty heavy shit. And but she, it's time for her to go back to civilian life. Her term's up or whatnot. So when she goes back to civilian life, she has a certain, she has a plan set up. She has 2 kids and a husband and all this, but things don't really go according to plan. I don't really want to get too much into the story because I don't want to spoil too much, but basically she ends up she needs money, and she decides she's going to rob a bank, or, well, not rob a bank, but she decides she's going to steal the money from some criminals because she wants to be a hero. She doesn't want to be a hero, but she wants to do it in the most least criminal way. So it's very interesting. That's the main thing I liked about this issue, was this character motivations are very different from the original Kickass. The original Kickass is, he's a fanboy. He wants to be like a hero, like the heroes he reads about. He's inspired by them. This character is not really a comic book fan. You don't really get the impression she's ever read a comic book in her life. But she's doing this out of necessity. She needs money. She has like a adrenaline rush from being in the military. She got so used to like being in high pressure situations and fighting that's kind of what she knows now. It's kind of a classic trope. The military, soldier that just cannot get enough of the war or fighting or whatnot. But yeah, it works. It works okay here. So yeah, that's basically the idea. Is that she's wearing the costume only because she doesn't want people to know who she is, and she wants to misdirect people by making people think that she's just one of these crazy comic book fans that dresses up in costume and fights criminals. Where essentially that's what she's doing, but she's not a believer. I guess she's not a true believer, I guess you could say. Kind of Stan Lee joke there. But yeah, definitely interesting issues. There's a match at the beginning, and then there's a lot of kind of slower paced story building in the middle, and then it goes back to the action at the end. And yeah, in classic Kick-Ass fashion, the action is very brutal and realistic, and up in your face. Like I said, and I probably should have said at the beginning of the video, but I don't really have a lot of experience with this franchise. Like, I was first introduced to it through the movies. Even though I am a huge comic book fan, this particular series was under my radar until I watched the movies. And so I haven't actually read the first 3 volumes or whatever, like the Dave so-and-so years. I haven't read those. But I did enjoy this for what it was. I'm not exactly sure if she has any kind of connection to Kick-Ass. I think she just uses the name because he's a very established person, and she's just kind of trying to misdirect people, like I said. And I'm guessing she just bought the costume from like a cosplay shop or something or whatever. I don't know. They don't really go into that. She just has the costume apparently in the middle of the issue. But yeah, definitely interesting issue. I like the idea, and I like the idea that it's a military person. It's like this person that actually has some real life combat experience and decides to be this kind of vigilante character. So that was cool. But like I said, the motivations are completely different than the original Kick-Ass, which is probably the biggest thing I liked about this story. Was the idea that she is a very different kind of character. So I like that, and she's a mother. That kind of adds a different dynamic than what we're used to with this particular franchise, and so much. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was very kind of nice little twist on it. So yeah, check it out, guys, if you want. And see you guys later.